But look, ladies and gentlemen, we know why we're here, and we always got to give our keys to victory.
I'll have them next time.
There you go.
So, for those of you that don't know, ladies and gentlemen, we always go around the horn, and everybody does. We always do 2 keys to victory, but we do 1 around and 1 again. Corey, so we'll give it to you first. What is your first key to victory this week?
Key to victory, defensive line has to be present in this game. Dexter Lawrence was awesome last week, and he just ate up double teams. Like they single covered him on the first play of the game, and he just went right by him and sacked them, and then was getting doubled and triple teamed after that. So the other guys need to step up, and maybe not necessarily in sacks, but we just got to make Jaden Daniels stay in the pocket, be a passer. His first instinct is going to be to run. We got to kind of be smart in the way that we rush the passer this week so that we're ready for him to come underneath. We're ready for all that sort of stuff because I expect – how many carries? He had like 15, 16 carries last week, right? So that's his instincts always going to be that for now. So besides the designed ones. So I think we got to contain him, make him be a passer. And obviously our secondary is not great, so that maybe is a problem. But I don't think he threw the ball 10 yards down the field last week. So it's, tackle the ball and score some points on offense, which should, in theory, be there.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Will, what you got, man?
So I'm going to kind of piggyback off what Corey was saying. And so I'm going to name John Bates as someone who is going to be someone we're going to have to lean on, because if you just sit there with our 5 offensive linemen, I think Burns and I think Thibodeau are going to have some fun against Lucas and Wiley, and if Brandon Coleman's in there. And I think, you already said that the Vikings double teamed Lawrence, so that means you're leaving those tackles out on an island. That's not a recipe for our success. So I'm looking at our best blocking tight end and us having to go 12 personnel and utilizing John Bates to chip on one of those 2 sides. Because we are, like, to what Corey's saying, we are going to have to control that pass rush to give Jaden an opportunity. And we have seen Thibodeau a third of his sacks in his career have come against Washington. This is the game where he just this guy sucks for like weeks at a time, and then he blows up against us. And I'm like,
37 grade on PFF this week. 37.
Yeah. He'll be 87 on Sunday, because he's playing against Washington. So it's like they're going to have to key on that to make sure that they aren't letting that be a thing, because it's always a thing when we play the Giants.
Always. Yeah, always. For me, I guess it's just going to piggyback off it to kind of neutralize that pass rush. We got to run the ball, and we've got to run successfully. 4 or 5 yards a carry, getting downfield, constantly hitting them with doses of Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler. These 2 guys, Eckler and Brian Robinson, need to be electric in that run game, potentially coming out of the backfield in the pass game, screens, whatever. We have got to be able to take away that threat of the pass rush. So, we got to run the ball, and we got to run that successfully.
We agree. Yep.
Okay. There we go. All right.
Now he's spinning. Now
that's
really
real
spinning.
bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, so Sean's obviously point is controlling the clock, controlling the line of scrimmage, utilizing our running backs, just to not let y'all tee off on Jaden. Yeah. What would be your second key to victory?
Daniel Jones. He has to be competent. So, there was an interesting point in the game. It was 21-6. We had just gotten a field goal to make it 21-6 and then gotten a stop and got the ball back. And it was like, in my head, it was one of those times. It was like, man, 2 years ago when we were decent, we went and got a touchdown on this drive. Like that, like we had just made a stop. We had built, like we were finishing strong in the second half of games. And I said, all right, this is an opportunity. Like he's going to go and drive us down the field and get us to within 1 score and show everybody that like he's okay. Right. And then he threw a pick 6 and it was like, oh boy. So he has to be an average NFL quarterback, and I think we'll be fine, but that's it.
Well, and when you play Washington, he turns into Danny Dimes.
That's
You
right.
know?
So
And
it's a get right game for everybody here. That's what we're hoping for. Please, we'd love for you to oblige.
It is. It's the get right game every year for.
You're
for
used
the
to it, so it's no problem. You're already prepared. It's great. It works for everybody. I thank you.
Yeah, it's all
Been here
true.
before.
Yeah. I mean, I was sitting there going like, usually you want to say, like, let's stop one portion, and so they focus on the other. And it's like I'm looking at your running backs and like, no offense, like Devin Singletary's never been someone that concerns me. I know there's some hype about Tyrone Tracy, but I'm like, I'm not too worried about their running game. But it's like, but that doesn't mean let's have them focus on passing. That's our weakness too, And I can't sit here and say, take away, don't let him be Danny Dimes, because we don't really have that built into us.
Yeah.
So my way to potentially take away Danny Dimes is going to say, keep the momentum. There's going to be a lot of excitement on Sunday with it being the home opener. Jaden Daniels' first game, Dan Quinn's first game. The new regime with Harris taking over and putting his stamp on the team. There's going to be excitement. There's going to be Giants fans at the game, but there should be a decent amount of Commander fans that are going to be heard. They need to, from the kick, they can't have a 3-and-out like they did against Tampa to start the game. And just everyone in the seats are going to sit back and be deflated. They got to get points early. They need to keep the crowd into it so they stay into it. Yes. So I'm saying, like, Sean, you're going to love this. Feed Terry on one of the very first passes so you get a first down to Terry McLaurin. The fans are going to start cheering because you actually threw it. You're throwing it to the favorite player. I would even run JD5. I would let him get an easy first down that's going to get the crowd so excited when he runs outside and gets you a first down. So get points early by know exactly what your strengths are, what some of your bread and butter plays right now, and do it, script it in your first 15 plays so you get down there, you get some points, and you're able to, everyone can start feeding off that.
Yeah. And for me, it's finish drives. We have to finish drives. We know we cannot rely on a kicker. We have not had good luck with kickers since Dustin Hopkins, and we know what he ended up doing. Now he's with the Chargers or something. So we have got to score touchdowns against that defense, and that's it. Simple as that. Like we got to score in the red zone. We got to score touchdowns.
I'll just take any scoring. How about that?
Well,
we haven't scored a touchdown yet. I think it took us 3 games last year, so hopefully we can do.
Well, you're playing us, so we know you guys get a reprieve. We'll see, man. We 5-1-1 against Daniel Jones.
Going. That's no good.
Oh, yeah. Now we're back. It's like all of us are having.
It's flipping.
Yeah. I think I saw a stat that Daniel Jones has more pick sixes than touchdown passes since he signed his big contract, which is horrible numbers.
Yeah.
3-2. It's not even like hot. At least it was 7-6 or so. He had even 2 touchdown passes in 2 years.
Good gracious. That's I feel for you, man. I feel for you. Well, not this week, but after this, I feel.